Hey, this is Toe2 Bravo, and we've got a new project. This is a marketplace find, a very cheap marketplace find for a Coleman CT200u-a. In really good shape, high sun, 196cc motor on there, needs a pull start. I do have the housing for the carburetor right there. I just ran it. I'll run it again here before I pull the new, before I start disassembling it. This is going to be a project bike. Come all the way around. Let me get some good video of that. I apologize. Right there. There we go. Get this side of it. It's in really good shape. This was a $100 find. Good wheels, good tires, all bits and pieces are present. A little banged up on the back there, but I think we're going to be able to square that away. We'll give her a new paint job, a new engine, and I'm not sure if we're going to straight chain or get a torque converter kit. Probably get the torque converter kit. I think that would be the right thing to do. And now we're going to cut away to the engine we're going to put in it. This is the Predator 212. That has been allocated for that Coleman CT200 that we just shot some video of. This has billet flywheel, nivy carb, 26-pound valve springs. The only thing it's lacking is the billet rod, which is on the horizon. But this is what we're putting in the CT200. So that'll be a lot of fun. That will be pretty cool. And a little sneak peek at something we have in the back here. That's for another project. Very nice. So we'll zoom in. Man, that's a good looking carb, huh? Those nivy carbs. Not only do they work well, but they are good looking carburetors. All right, so we're gonna pan on out. All right, this is our progress so far. This is just a mock-up right here. Nothing's attached. I'm not sure if I want to do clutch, straight chain, or if I want to do the torque converter, since we already have one with a torque converter, so I'm unsure. So we're just doing a quick walk around here. Give you guys a look at that. Yeah. Digging it. Very nice. Liking the mock-up. Looking really good. I didn't want to bore you guys with the disassembly process, but I will do a complete video on putting everything back in and getting it right. All right. Hey, this is Toe2 Bravo. Welcome back to the channel. Unfortunately, our data card, we had a corrupt file, and everything that we filmed leading up to this point, and that is all the adjustments and things that we've done to the marketplace find on this Coleman CT200u Alpha, was lost. So I'll just catch you guys up to speed as to where we're at right now, and what we're experiencing and what our plans are for the future for this particular mini bike. So let's just do a quick pan around of the bike itself. And then we'll talk about some details. So what we've done is we took the whole bike apart. We greased up the front end. We took the forks off and reapplied some red tacky on the forks, made sure everything was squared away and tightened, removed the front fender and painted it with bed liner, and the rear fender and painted it with bed liner. And the rear fender, if you recall from the beginning of this video, we'll put it all together now from when we first got this to now. You just won't have the riding portion when we had it originally set up. But we black truck bed liner on there. Threw some stickers on there. That bumper was already beat up when we purchased it, so we've just added a few stickers and some bed liner paint. We removed the High Sun 196 and put on our Predator 212, which has the billet flywheel, 26-pound springs, and this straight pipe exhaust. Those are the only modifications to this particular engine at this time. Oh, and the Nibby carburetor, and we'll wrap around and get you guys a good look at the Nibby carburetor also. Matter of fact, let's do that now. So there's our Nibby carb, looking good. I do like the Nibby carburetors. So those are the only upgrades so far. We are going to eventually add a billet rod to this, but we're not ready for that just yet. Now, as you can see, we've taken the 2 chains that originally came on this bike, and I believe these are 420 chain. So you had the original setup with the jack shaft that comes from Coleman. We just got all that taken off, and then went and bought a clutch, a 3/4 inch 10 tooth clutch from Tractor Supply, and like I said, added the 420 chain together. We got about an inch play there, which is what I understand is where you're supposed to be, and everything seems to line up really well. We'll come around to the back here where we can look down from the rear sprocket to the front. I believe this is a 50-tooth rear and then a 10-tooth front. So there you have it. I did put this little piece here underneath the seat of the bike. The seat has 2 bolts here and 1 bolt in the front attaching it to the bottom of the bike, and that created this big space here in the back. I wanted to take a little bit of that up, and we did that with this piece of aluminum that we've added there to kind of clean that up a little bit. We do have a tear in our seat that we'll address later. I think that brings you up to speed of where we're at. Oh wait, there is one more thing. The original Coleman throttle that was on here was the interior was dry rotted and cracking, the plastics. So we've replaced that with a Go Power Sports throttle assembly. We did keep the original throttle cable, and we did solder a tip on the end of this, and it seems to fit just fine, and it seems to be working okay. Now that we're up to speed, the problem that we're having is we put on the clutch, we put on the chain, we got the inch play there on the chain that everyone says is like the magic distance that you want. Very little movement there, but when we start it up, I just cannot get the carburetor down low enough to where the bike isn't just taking off like the throttle's stuck. But the throttle is not stuck. It's just that this clutch engages at, let me go see, I'll be right back. Okay, since we're talking about the clutch, this is the clutch we got from Tractor Supply Performance. Power Sports Universal Centrifugal Clutch, number 41, 420 chain. We're running a 420 chain on there. 10-tooth, 3/4 bore, includes keyway and set screws. I didn't see any set screws on here, to be completely honest with you. So, I don't know if I'm missing something or what. I didn't see any set screws on here. So I don't know what set screws they're pertaining to be honest with you. Includes keyway and set screws. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Follow the directions here. Slide engine forward, tighten chain. Chain should have approximately 1/4 deflection when properly tensioned. Tighten nuts, reinstall outer drive cover. Guards must be in place, protect riders. Install new clutch by aligning key and bore of clutch with keyway and engine crankshaft slide clutch onto shaft. Reinstall bolt washers, hold clutch, crankshaft, tighten bolt, reinstall drive chain. We did all that. So I don't know. Bore diameter 3/4, clutch diameter 107 millimeter, sprocket 10 tooth, fits 41/420. So here it is. Engagement speed is 2,200 plus or minus 300 RPM. So I don't know. I cannot get the bike not to be engaged, no matter how I adjust the carburetor. Adjust the carb, and it just if I adjust it low enough to where I think I'm finally going to get the clutch not to engage, then the bike dies. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set you guys up, and then I'll start it up and show you what I'm talking about. Be right back. All right, so we got the bike elevated so it doesn't take off. Let's show the kill switches are on. Mess with the choke. All right, so I mean, I adjusted that carb way out on that adjustment. Normally you're like 2.5 out on that. You can see how much I took that out to try to tame that carburetor, man. So here's your start point. There's a half, there's a full, there's a half, there's 2. So that's like normally where you're going to be in the neighborhood of somewhere around 2, right? And then your other mixture screw is here, and I can take that in. We'll be right back. So we'll go into the other mixture screw. We'll take it all the way in. So there's in all the way. There's half, 1 and a half. So 2 and 1.5. Like I said, no bind on the throttle. Matter of fact, we'll give you guys a look at that too. So if I bring it down here, so if I bring it down here, you can see, in there, we're not getting any bind in there at all. None. So I don't know. It's really odd. So let's go ahead and fire it up again, and you guys will see. All right, let's see what we get. very hard to start with those adjustments in. So, no matter what the adjustments I make, this thing runs crazy. Half, one, half. So one and 1/2 out, 1 1/2 out. I checked the alignment on the carb between this body and the actual carb rubber gasket here. I took that off and double checked that alignment. It is perfectly circular on the rubber gasket. It is a perfect fit. Put a brand new gasket on there. I just man, I don't know, I cannot get it to mellow out. It'll run okay on those adjustments. I mean, I don't think we're running All right, well, you've seen it run. You've seen me make several adjustments. Normally I don't have any problems with my adjustments on my other mini bike. No problems with running the Nibby carb. I don't know if it's that clutch. I don't know. Quite honestly, I don't know what the problem is, but we're probably going to have to go to a torque converter or something on this in order for it to run decent. I really wanted to try the straight chain with the clutch, but I seem to be having some issues. So I guess the next video will be the install video, putting the torque converter kit on this Coleman CT200u-a, because the clutch definitely did not work. I think that thing is probably red hot. Yeah, just didn't work, man. I don't think I have it too tight. I really don't. I don't know. I think it's catching fine. It's the same chain that was on there. It's a 420 chain. It's what Coleman's come with. So, I don't know. It's very interesting. Alright, well, this is Totu Bra. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And we'll see you on the next video.